Hello and good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock on Monday, the 15th of April. And I'm very conscious that there are only 2 Magic Mondays this month because there are 3 bank holidays this month. And therefore, I'm not participating in these on a bank holiday. I'm having a day off. But I do want to make sure that we make best use of the 2 days that we've got. And for this Monday and next Monday, I'm going to be sharing all about this book, Fab Collab. I'm going to share about some of the insights that I've gained from reading what my fellow authors or authoresses have written about in this book, because it is packed full of ideas, thoughts, experiences, stories around how to make sure you create collaborative relationships that are successful and really support you to be effective in your life and in your business. So today I am just reflecting on a few of the chapters that I've dipped into, particularly focusing on chapters written by Lorraine Thomas, Bina Briggs, Andrea Richards, Falguni Dese, and Lisa Webb. So been focusing on those chapters, which are in the first half of the book and cover the area of defining what collaboration is and also putting in the foundations that will make sure you set up your relationships for success. So I think what I'm taking away from what's coming through in those chapters is something I hadn't really appreciated before I'd written this book, is how much collaboration is going on all around us. So you think about looking at your life and at your business. If you're married or living with a partner, collaboration will be taking place all the time in that relationship. I think any family unit, you have to learn to collaborate in some shape or form. And as Andrea points out in her chapter, actually collaboration has been going on since the prehistoric ages, when cavemen and women and started to build communities and people started working together to go hunting and look after their families. That was all basic survival instinct, but it required a collaborative approach. And at the end of the day, what I took from that is there's safety in numbers. When people come together and share their insights, share their skills and strengths, that creates a safety for the community that otherwise you would not have if you were going alone. And you could say that it's pretty similar in business today, that actually it's impossible really to run a business and to be a leader completely on your own. You've got to collaborate with others, particularly with the complex challenges that we face in today's world. So collaboration is a key tool to that. So thanks to Andrea for pointing that out and just helping me remember how collaboration is absolutely everywhere, and it's been around for a very long, long time. But also what reminded me was thinking about, what's important to make sure your collaboration is successful. And Lorraine pointed out in her chapter that it really does take commitment. And for everyone that's involved in the collaboration, there's a sense of having to create that ownership. And Bina talks about the alignment of values and the alignment of purpose, and helping get clear about what is the purpose of this collaboration, what is my skin in the game, as it were, how can I align with it so that I actually own it and feel that I'm just as responsible as the next person involved in the collaboration to make sure this collaboration is a success. It's not a case about putting it on someone else's shoulder that I'm partnering with. It's about what we jointly create together and how we jointly take that responsibility and commit to making it happen to ensure its success. Then Falguni talks about trust being the real underpinning element of creating collaborative relationships. There's something really useful about making sure that you build that relationship positively from the outset, and you start to do things that will cause trust. So acting with integrity, keeping your word, doing what you say you're going to do, all of that will help create that foundation of trust, which is so important to ensuring that you feel confident in the collaborative relationships that you're creating. And Lisa, in her chapter, talks about when collaboration can go wrong. And again, the whole value around opening up communication and ensuring that you have that consciousness of how you might be reacting to other people, but also being able to voice your concerns, voice feedback, be able to give each other feedback. All of that will help avoid collaboration going wrong. And in my chapter, which is also in the same section, I talk about AIM, which is a process of agreeing what you're up for in the collaboration, ironing out any assumptions that you might have, making sure that you stay in touch with each other and that you go back and regularly evaluate how the relationship is getting on in order to make sure that your collaborative experience is a positive one and you set your relationship up for success. So in summary, the things that I'm taking away from this collection of chapters from Fab Collab is that first and foremost, you've got to park your ego. You've got to put that to one side. It is not about personal pride when you're working in collaboration. If you make a mistake, own up to it, be straight with your partners, and also be straight with them if you have concerns and give feedback. Have those difficult conversations if they need to be had as part of that process. So put your ego to one side, put your pride to one side, listen more than you speak. And listening really helps us understand and appreciate where the other person is coming from. And it'll also help you appreciate, is this the right relationship? Is this the right situation for me to join in this collaboration? Because if you're noticing very great differences in values, in how you might want to do things, in the standards that you might hold, then that might be a sign that this isn't the right time or the right people for you to be collaborating with. So making sure you listen really, really well. Be constructive when you have concerns. And, I'm thinking about our own journey in writing this book. It hasn't always been straightforward. There have been times where we've each had different views on things and have challenged each other. But it's how you go about challenging each other and challenging in a constructive way that will move the conversation forward, will move the action forward towards the future, rather than just holding it up and having a moan about things. And then also be conscious of processing your own reactions. So when you're having a reaction to something, or someone said something and you don't agree and you're feeling strongly about it, process why is there such a strength of feeling there for you, and then consider how can you voice that in a way that is constructive and supportive and helpful to that process. And finally, a few final words from Bina, from her chapter. The whole thing about collaboration is it's enjoyable. It makes business more fun. It livens us up. It's a great way of stimulating ideas. So make sure you do enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, then think about what needs to be cleared up, what communication might need to be had in order to recreate that equilibrium and make sure that you create a really positive, supportive collaboration that you really want to be involved in and is ultimately going to benefit everybody that's involved. So go well, have a great week. Look out for my Leadership Live this month, which is all about creating collaboration and setting up for success. Do join me for that if you want to learn more. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, where I'll share more insights from other chapters from the book on Fab Collab. Look out for it. It's coming out on the 22nd of May. Enjoy the rest of your week, and bye for now.